Where should you put your money first? Should you focus on the TFSA, RRSP, RESP? Hey guys, it's Adrian here, the Canadian in a t-shirt, and today I'll be breaking down which investing account to use and in what order. This can be confusing. There are many accounts available in Canada and there's a lot to cover, so let's jump in. First off, max out your employer's RRSP or RPP matching program if available. That's free money, so take it. Then pay off all credit card debt, high interest debt, and build up that emergency savings fund. Now it's time for investing. Start with the RESP if you have kids to max out that grant money, but stop there. Then focus on the new FHSA to buy your first home. Next we have the TFSA and RRSP, which are almost at a tie. After that, go back to the RESP and max out your contributions. Now your tax sheltered accounts are maxed out, so you're left with the non-registered account. These are the steps to follow and repeat every single year as you gain more contribution room. And of course, personal finance is personal. Everyone is in a different situation. If you don't have kids, skip the RESP. If you already own your home, skip the FHSA. I made this blueprint to be as general as possible for everyday Canadians to maximize tax efficiency and build long-term wealth. And that's key. I'm only talking about long-term goals here. If you need money in the short term, 2 to 3 years, that's a different story and you'll need a different plan. So let's dive into the details with step number 1. Max out your employer's RRSP or RPP matching program. Not every job will offer this, but if they do, take advantage of it. It's free money, so don't leave it on the table. It usually works like this. You can contribute up to 5% of your paycheck into your company's retirement fund, and then your employer will match that amount. So if you put in $200, your employer also puts in $200. So now you have $400 invested for your retirement. You've basically doubled your money instantly. That's a 100% rate of return on top of whatever profits you make from those investments. There is a limit to this, usually 4 or 5% of your paycheck, depending on the job. So make sure you max out your employer's matching amount and then stop. These employer retirement funds come with higher fees and you'll have little control of your investments. So once the free money is maxed out, stop there and move on with your own investment portfolio. And note that both your contributions and your employer's contributions will take away from your available RRSP room. It's still free money, but make sure you have the room and don't exceed your limit. Check out my RRSP mistakes video for more details. Step number 2, pay off your credit card debt. I've said this 100 times, so I'll keep it short. You should not be investing if you have credit card debt or high interest debt. There is no investment out there that can beat a guaranteed 20 or 25% interest rate working against you. Credit card debt costs you so much in the long run. Plus, it kills your credit score, making it harder to get a car loan, a mortgage, or even rent an apartment. So pay off this debt as soon as possible. Mortgages and low interest loans, that's a different story. Once your high interest debt is gone, now you want to build up your emergency savings fund. That's step 3. This money isn't going to make you rich. It's designed to protect your investments and prevent you from falling into credit card debt. Emergencies will happen, and you don't want to be forced to sell your assets out of desperation. So hold that money in a high interest savings account. I'll include links below where your money will be safe, protected, and available whenever you need it. This cash reserve should be able to cover your expenses for at least 3 months. If you have kids and a family, bump it up even higher. Now we're at the fun part, investing. There are many investing accounts to use, but for step 4, we'll start with the RESP, the Registered Education Savings Plan. If you don't have kids, skip ahead to step 5. The RESP is designed to fund your child's post-secondary education. You get to invest tax-free for years while your child grows up. And even better, you gain an extra 20% of grant money from the government. That's why I put the RESP ahead of the other investing accounts. You get to lock in a 20% rate of return on top of your investment profits. But there is a limit. I've already made 2 whole videos on the rules for the RESP, but here's the bottom line. That 20% free grant money is capped at $500 per year. So to maximize this, contribute $2,500 per child every year into the RESP. That way you'll receive the max $500 of free money every year for each child. Keep that up, and after 14 years, you'll reach the lifetime max of $7,200 in grants. That's $7,200 of free money from the government per child. Don't miss out on it. But don't go beyond $2,500 just yet. Our focus for now is to max out the grant money. Without the grants, we actually get better tax benefits from the other accounts on this list. So we'll come back to the RESP later in the video. But for now, here's the plan. Put in $2,500 per child every year into the RESP and stop there. You'll receive that extra $500 from the government, and then we move on to step 5. The FHSA, the First Home Savings Account. This is a brand new tax sheltered account. It just came out in April, and it's designed to help you save up for your first home. If you already own your home, skip ahead. The FHSA is very powerful. It combines the benefits of the TFSA and the RRSP. That's why it's higher on the list. Your money can be invested, grown, and eventually withdrawn tax-free, just like the TFSA. Even better, the money you put in, your contributions, are tax deductible. You can lower your tax bill just like the RRSP. This really is the best of both worlds, as long as you're using it to buy a home. And it's pretty flexible. You can keep the account open and invest tax-free for up to 15 years. Plenty of time to build up that down payment. But even if you're buying a home this year, put in $8,000 into the FHSA to lock in that tax refund. If you're in the 30% tax bracket, this will earn you an extra $2,400 from the government, so don't miss out. Try to max out your FHSA as soon as possible. You can contribute up to $8,000 per year until you reach the lifetime limit of $40,000. If you're going to buy a home in the next 15 years, the FHSA should be a priority. And if you never buy a home, you can transfer this money into your RRSP, so you can't go wrong. Check out my FHSA explained video for all of the rules. All of the accounts I cover in this video can be opened with Questrade. They've been my favorite investing platform for years. There's plenty of great options in Canada, but most of the banks don't offer the FHSA just yet, and Wealthsimple Trade doesn't offer the RESP. Questrade can handle all of them, so if you'd like to sign up, use my referral link down below to get $50 in trade rebates. Plus, I'll get a small referral bonus. Up next, we have the TFSA and the RRSP. These are the two most popular accounts in Canada, and they're both very powerful. It's hard to choose a clear winner. It really does depend on your situation, but I'm going to give the slight edge to the TFSA because there are no downsides. The TFSA can never hurt you. It can only help you. For many people, the RRSP can be even more beneficial. But there are situations when the RRSP can actually cost you. But you can't go wrong with the TFSA. No matter who you are, you will benefit from it. It's simple and flexible. Your investment income will be tax-free. And you can withdraw that money tax-free. There's no reason not to max it out. And you have flexibility. If you change your mind, you can transfer your money and stocks from your TFSA into your RRSP. But going the other direction is not recommended. Transferring out of your RRSP will cost you taxes and you don't regain that contribution room. The TFSA is far more flexible, so when in doubt, go for the TFSA. There's a lot more to discuss. I'll make a whole video on the TFSA versus the RRSP and the different scenarios to consider. In the meantime, check out my RRSP guide to learn all the rules and tricks, but here's the short version. The RRSP is a retirement account that gives you two main benefits. It allows your investments to grow tax-free, and you're able to defer your taxes for years until retirement. The money you put into an RRSP is tax deductible. That means you can reduce your taxes today in your high income years and pay a much smaller tax bill when you retire, since you'll be in a lower tax bracket. The RRSP is incredibly powerful for high income earners, since you can reduce your taxable income and collect a tax refund from the government. Now you can use that extra money to invest and grow your wealth even faster. But it's not for everyone. If you're in a low tax bracket or you're expecting a large retirement income saved from a company pension, then the RRSP probably won't help you. In that case, focus on the TFSA and the other accounts on this list. For step 8, we're coming back to the RESP. Remember in step 4, we focused on maxing out those government grants. We put in $2,500 every year to earn that extra $500, and we did this for 14 years. 14 years later, and we've earned $7,000 of free money, and we've put in $35,000 of our money, but we still have some tax sheltered room left. The RESP has a lifetime limit of $50,000. So we can contribute another $15,000 into the RESP. We chose not to max this out right away because once the government grants are used up, the TFSA is just a better version of the RESP. But now that our TFSA is maxed out, we come back to the RESP and take advantage of this remaining tax sheltered room. So contribute the final $15K into your child's RESP. This time, there's no need to wait or limit yourself to $2,500 a year. We only did that to maximize the grants. Now that the grants are used up, fill up the RESP quickly to give your investments more time to grow tax-free. So now your child will have $50K of your money plus $7,200 from the government plus whatever investment income you've earned over the past 18 years. And when your child is ready for college, they'll be able to access this money mostly tax-free. Again, I have a whole video on how RESP withdrawals are taxed, but bottom line, the $50K of your contributions is totally tax-free. The government grants and the investment income will be taxed, but under your child's name. For most students, they're in the lowest tax bracket, so they'll barely pay any taxes. In fact, as long as their income is below $15,000, they won't pay $1 in federal taxes. So this is a great deal. Once all your tax sheltered accounts are maxed out, the last step is the non-registered account, also known as a cash account, margin, or taxable account. There are no limits. You can invest as much as you want, but any income you earn will be taxed. Whether that's interest, dividends, drips, or capital gains, you'll have to pay some tax on your profits. That's why this is the last step. Avoid paying taxes by using your tax sheltered accounts first. So that's the blueprint to follow and repeat every single year to build that long-term wealth. And you should always reevaluate if your situation changes. It's not written in stone. You can move things around to fit your needs. It's your money and your choice. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of the Canadian in a T-shirt. Bye guys.